Hey again, y'all, it's me, RJ, and as you can see, I just came in and I'm wearing a special shirt for today. See, it looks like it's upside down, but it's right here. Anyway, I'm here to talk about today is about the wrestling event. Now, I saw Saturday night's main event. Now, one thing I want to get this over with before I get to what I'm going to about the events is why do y'all like to lie so much on wrestling and claim y'all did all this stuff and y'all never did, and make it like you're this big type of something when you know you full of shit. And I wouldn't say the most, but lately you have to be the most one full of shit that I have heard of. Now, getting to the events. Saturday night's main event. Now, when it came to that match, Goldberg versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, I told you exactly what's going to happen. I told you that. I told you Goldberg was not going to win that match. He was going to rough him up a little bit, maybe a lot, because he did rough him up a lot more than I thought. But he was not going to win that match. And plus, they said that was his last match, and he was a legend, a Hall of Famer, big time, and as dangerous as Goldberg is. And he said he was going to retire. His body couldn't take no more, and he was going to make that his last match. Well, that's the reason why Goldberg never stood a chance. And I told you, he was not going to win that match at Saturday night's main event. Just like I said, because I know these things. And Gunther said he bullied Goldberg. He humiliated Goldberg. He like manhandled Goldberg and stuff. That's all a lie. It's a lie. Because I watched it. Matter of fact, I watched each event over twice. I might watch it again too. But I did my research and I re-looked at the matches, and Goldberg had his ass down. He had him beat, and every time the whole match, Gunther was trying to do something, and it didn't phase Goldberg one bit. And not to mention the fact that the whole time, the whole entire match, it seemed like Gunther was running around scared and like a little. So funny, but he likes to talk tough, and he got a reputation, but what he said was a whole entire lie, and he didn't kill his career. You can't kill nobody's career just by beating them. I don't know what's gonna get that through your head, you stupid idiots. Like, just because you beat someone don't mean you Goldberg ended his own career. He said that's it, he had enough, he's not gonna do no more, he's gonna be there with his family. That's him. Gunther, you did not end his career. He ended his own career on his terms. And that's what he did. You didn't do it. You were too busy running around trying to keep the title and get the win. And, just trying to, basically when you got won, not only that I know you were going to win the Saturday night's main event, I didn't know it was going to be that bad and humiliating for you. You were running scared. I'm sorry. You can't be. You were running like a little man. And yeah, you talk all this crap. And you tried to try his son. You told his son to sit his, and you pushed him. And when you pushed him, he jumped right at you and get ready to whoop your ass too. That's a damn shame for you, Gunther. You humiliated your own self, and you did whatever you could to survive. And you basically, what a lot of the bad superstars do, they bend the rules and take advantage and do cowardly stuff. That's what they do. They call themselves the best, but that don't make you the best. Makes you the worst. Anyway, and he attacked the Goldberg's leg, yeah, and that was his only defense that he could do if he really wanted to win. And when he saw Goldberg was on his leg, and he realized Goldberg was down after doing the spear and the jackhammer and couldn't pin. But then when he pinned, it was a 2 count after the other original ref got knocked out. When the other ref came down, it was a 2 count. Goldberg was paying attention to his knee. Gunther stood up and just went behind him and just grabbed him by his neck and wrapped his feet around him and started choking him. And saying he passed out, Goldberg didn't pass out. It's just he lifted his arm and it went down. And just because you could see if Goldberg passed out, he wouldn't be moving. And he was still moving, and he could have still fought back, but they wanted Gunther to win. Like I said, that's the whole reason why Gunther won that match. And plus, Goldberg's not a regular on the base, like wrestling on a daily basis professionally anymore, because he's mostly retired and he doesn't do all that anymore. But however, he can still do damage and still go toe to toe with the best, because to be quite honest, he is the best. Most dangerous one in this business. And that's a fact. But I still say John Cena's the best. Just not the most dangerous one in the business. That title will go to Goldberg. But Cena, you still the best. Seriously. And I want you to pick up this thing whenever you can. If you can, please, I hope you do. I know you most likely not, but I'm going to keep on doing it and showing it. And hopefully one day you pick this up. Now, Saturday night's main event at the opening with Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. That was a good match, except like during the match, Logan Paul tried to jump up and distract the ref, and so McIntyre could get a win. And then Jelly Roll, I don't mean no offense, but I just don't know what your other name is, but Jelly Roll, but he took Logan down, and Logan kept pushing him, and Jelly Roll warned him to stop it or else he would do something. He's like, what you gonna do? He basically knocked Logan Paul out again and again. Like, first he knocked him out on Raw. Or was that SmackDown? No, he knocked him out on SmackDown. Then he knocked him out again on Saturday night's main event. And when he got in the ring again, he knocked his ass out again and beat him up, saying he's not a professional wrestler. He's not a fighter. Well, y'all need to stop saying that people in the ring and that come to the ring that are not professional wrestlers are not fighters. Because just because they're not in the ring and wrestling, that don't mean they're not a fighter. That everybody around the world is a fighter. Pretty much everyone's a fighter in all types of ways, even physically and mentally. And he looked like, to me, he could pretty much handle himself and take it now on a joke class that's supposed to be a real WWE superstar. He looked like he was taking Logan Paul out so easy, it was no problem. He embarrassed Logan Paul. And the only reason Logan Paul kept getting those hits on Randy Orton, because he sucker punched him like he does everybody and hit him from behind. The only reason he got on SmackDown punching Randy Orton after Drew McIntyre did the damage. I mean, a punk. And Randy Orton was right. He's not a real WWE superstar. He just wants to claim the fame and the glory. That's it. And what other matches happened on Saturday night's main event? Oh yeah, but before I move on, Jelly Roll was right when he talked to Randy Orton after the match backstage, and he's like, they underestimate him. Do not ever, I mean ever, underestimate anybody. Don't underestimate anybody. I know I'm not saying it properly or correctly, but I just can't. But don't ever underestimate anybody. Even if they're wrestlers and you find somebody that makes music or that's on a plain street, do not underestimate them and what they can do. Trust me, you do not want to do that. And then you find out what they can really do, your ass is in trouble, your ass is sorry. You won't pay. And Drew, for you to be talking all that smack during the match, you said if you want to fight, come in and fight Drew McIntyre and give him a chance, you knew what you were doing. He wouldn't come in there and fight you, not because he didn't want to or because he was scared. He wasn't going to cost his friend Randy Orton the match because of that. And had Randy Orton mad at him, like, that's his friend. And he was going to let the match end first before he does anything. And then Drew McIntyre, for you to be talking all that crap, let's not forget, when you took out Jelly Roll in after the match and he was just checking on Randy Orton to see if he was okay after he took out Logan Paul, you took a cheap shot at him and then started talking trash. You didn't really fight him one-on-one. You basically took a bitch and tried to talk all that trash. Well, that's why he's coming after you in the tag team match with Randy Orton. I can't wait to see that at SummerSlam when it comes up. Oh, yeah, I'm waiting. And some other matches that happened in Saturday Night's Main Event. What were they? I can't remember the other ones. It was but I can't remember right now. But I know it was some other matches before that. For the United States title, Jimmy Uso versus Solo for the United States title. That was a good match. Basically, Jimmy had, I was like, dang, Jimmy ain't got. But then I went back and looked at it again. Like, Jimmy had Uso beat the whole entire match himself, and the only reason Solo retained the title was because of his crew. That's why a lot of people do what they do. They get a crew and help them out to get to the top and stay at the top, like Triple H did. Like a lot of superstars do nowadays and back then. They need help to get to the top and stay at the top, make sure they stay at the top, and have people have their back to make sure they win. Instead of doing it by themselves. So, and another thing I want to talk about is, see, in WWE, they mostly had the bad guys in the matches get the advantage and get the upper hand on the good guys most of the time, and most of the time they're gonna make the bad guys win the match than the good guys, and the good guys barely win the match, and a bad guy holds on to the title way longer than a good guy. I don't know if you recognize that. Now, another thing I want to get to is, if wrestling is so fake, if it is, I can see why, and because y'all make it too damn obvious. And y'all make it too damn simple. I could see the mistakes y'all doing where I could see where y'all making it fake and it's set up. And that ain't cool, man. That ain't cool. If you gonna really do it and make it seem like it's real, do it like you did back in the day, back in the 90s in the Attitude Era. But I really think, don't judge me, but I really think wrestling is completely 100% real beyond that. Infinity is real. But y'all kind of making it doubt, and that's what I don't like. And people don't want to come see something fake. They want to see something real, the real deal, real stuff going on. I'm serious. You got to do it. And I'm just speaking my mind, telling the truth. But anyway, I'm focused on Saturday Night's Main Event right now, but I really want to get to Women's Evolution. That was my favorite part of the whole weekend, the favorite pay-per-view of all time. My favorite pay-per-view ever that I ever watched. And this is my first time watching Women's Evolution because they got me all into it before the thing even started. So I was like, oh yeah, I gotta check this shit out. Yeah, but they started off with the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Now that was real good and entertaining. The whole Evolution Women's pay-per-view was entertaining. It was like some of the best stuff I ever seen. I mean, great. 100%. Beyond 100%. And Becky Lynch, Bayley, and Lyra Valkyria, something like that. Something one. Lyra Valkyria. Well, they really got things heated up to start the pay-per-view, and that was a good Intercontinental Triple Threat match. And it was like one of the great matches, but it wasn't the best match of the night. Now, when we get to that match that we had for the NXT title, and I saw that she asked that woman to have her back, I was like, oh no, you gonna lose, and you hardly getting any chances left for the title shot for that title. I was like, you shouldn't have done that, because now this woman's gonna cost you the match, and you gonna lose your chances of winning that title. Because automatically, I knew she was gonna stab you in the back at some point in the match. And when she went to go knock those people out, and she took the title, I knew she was gonna hit you in the back with it. So, and then the other girl could take advantage. Now, I'm not too into NXT. I don't like NXT. But anyway, moving on. That fatal 4-way for the tag team titles, it was awesome. Better than the triple threat match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. The 4 women tag team championship match, that was really good. The best. I think that's the best tag team match I ever seen, to be honest. For the women's division. For any woman or man's division, I think that's the best tag team match I ever seen. For the tag team championships. But to be honest, when I saw that match with Jada Cargill and Naomi, Miss Queen of the Ring, Jada Cargill, and Miss Money in the Bank, Naomi, I expected a good one out of that, and I got it. But basically, as you can see, sometimes when these wrestlers be setting up tables, and a match like that ain't gonna end until somebody go through a table, and sometimes somebody gotta go through 2 tables or 3 tables. Most of the time it's just 1 or 2. No, never 3 at the most, but mostly it's just 2 or 1 at the really. Somebody gotta go through at least 1 table, and especially in those type of matches before it's over. Jada Cargill did her thing, and she whooped Naomi's ass, but Naomi still had her at some points, and the only reason why she had her like that at some points is because what did Jada Cargill do? She beat her up, smashed her, and like rocked her up and slammed her and everything, but after she did all that, she started looking around, bragging, like having fun. Like, you gotta focus your mind on the match. I mean, you gotta focus on the match and what you're doing. Don't give your opponent a second to breathe or get a chance. That's when they take advantage of you. You were like showboating, and you can't be showboating in the middle of a match. Keep your mind on the match at all times, because your opponent could always come up and do something different and attack you from behind and get the advantage. Now, both of them were being very creative, I give you that. And I was hoping when Jada Cargill had Naomi on the ground on the outside, and she was in the ring, and she had that toolbox up in the air with her hands, and she threw it down. I was hoping it would land on Naomi and get Naomi real good, but Naomi was smart and she moved out the way. Now, Jada Cargill set that table up, and apparently she set that table up for herself, like a lot of superstars do. And Naomi set a table up, and she set that table up for herself, literally. But also, when Naomi what's it called? I forgot. Drop kick Jada Cargill through the announce table TV. It wasn't on top of the announcing. She was already laying down. Naomi jumped and drop kicked her into this TV of the announce table. And Jada Cargill could have got shocked and electrocuted. I don't know. But eventually, and then she tried to put that chain around her mouth and pull back to try to open her mouth. Jada Cargill powered out as usual. And basically, I think towards the end of the match, Naomi was pitting her on the table, put the chair on her. I think she was waiting for her to get to the top rope, and then that's when she made a move and hit her in the back with the steel chair, and then get her up there on the top rope and turn her around and slam right through the table, get the win. 1, 2, 3 by Bianca Belair. Congratulations, Bianca Belair. That was a good job of reffing that match, because your first attempt of wrestling, being a referee wrestling match, your first attempt was bad, really bad, real bad. Like wearing hold up. What Wayne Barrett said, that was WORST, worst. Like, that was really bad and sorry excuse for a title match. And you really did cause Rhea Ripley her rematch to get her title back against Io Sky. And you also caused her the match to lose the title to Io Sky. That was messed up. Then y'all got your triple threat match, and Io Sky won at WrestleMania. And so when Io Sky chose Rhea Ripley to be her opponent for Women's Evolution, and that was the main event, oh, I was excited. I wanted to see what was going to happen. Like I said before, I didn't know when Naomi was going to cash in her Money in the Bank, but my guess was going to be even SummerSlam or Women's Evolution. If not those, then I don't know. But most likely, I had a feeling up, like I told you, it was going to be Women's Evolution or SummerSlam. And now I can safely say, for right now, the women's division is safe for when they're becoming champions. They ain't got to worry about nobody cashing in on them anymore, at least until next year. Now, the men's division is still in danger with that. And Seth Rollins, he might be injured for right now, but he's going to come back and he's going to cash in. He's going to make sure he does it. But, hold on. And Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus, that was a good match for the WWE Women's Championship. That was real good, put on the show. And Trish showed her some tricks, and Tiffany Stratton even showed her Trish some tricks and did some moves, and it was cool. And it was like back and forth, in and out. They both had their tricks. But Tiffany Stratton came out on top. And then also, it's another match that, I think, yes, it's just this one. Well, I could be forgetting one, but I want to get to this. Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. The WWE Women's World Heavyweight Championship. The main event, that was a good match. 5-star. I call that Infinity Star because it was so good and so bad. And then apparently Io Sky accidentally knocked out the ref, and then Rhea Ripley got back to her and Io Sky fighting, and Rhea Ripley put her down and actually had Io Sky beat. But there was no ref around because Io Sky accidentally knocked the ref out. So she was pissed off and mad. Like Wayne Barrett said, you can't win with the ref in the ring, you can't win with the ref out the ring. But because it was like, with Io Sky, Rhea Ripley is cursed, like she can't beat her, like she's not supposed to beat her. And so Rhea Ripley took it real far and started hurting her, throwing her over the bear bar with the audience and stuff, and fighting all the way back there. And then when she got it to the top, Io Sky was lucky enough to kick her and get her down. And then when she was down, she got on top of the thing and jumped off. And they both were injured real bad and going back. And by the time they got into the ring, the ref was still basically knocked out. Io Sky did that move, and when she pinned Rhea Ripley, everybody pretty much thought it was over. I was about to say, ain't no way Rhea Ripley came out. But then I said, yeah, she could. And then I said, Rhea, kick out. And she kicked out real quick. I was saying Rhea Ripley kick out, and she did. And I was so happy. The ref was starting to get up and get ready to count. As soon as Io Sky was about to do that move, and she did the backflip on top of the ropes and onto Rhea Ripley, and then Rhea Ripley kicked out, and they started fighting again on the top rope. I'm not sure who got the better advantage, but I think Io Sky reversed what Rhea Ripley was trying to do, and after they landed, they both were injured really bad. I was like, oh man, who's going to do it? Then all of a sudden, Naomi comes running down with another referee and goes over. She cashes in her Money in the Bank. All of a sudden, it becomes not only a one-on-one match, but now a triple threat match. And she took the briefcase, and because it was a triple threat match, there was no disqualification, no countouts, and she could use that briefcase, what she did, to her advantage, and hit Io Sky in the head. And then she took Rhea Ripley through out the ring to the ring post, out the ring, and did her move, the split. I forgot what you call that move, but I don't even remember. And she pinned Io Sky 1, 2, 3. Now, so the two going into the match, the champ and the challenger did not win. Neither one of them won the match, and it was supposed to be either Rhea Ripley or Io Sky to win. And apparently, neither one of them won and came out with the championship. It was Naomi who came out with the championship and won the WWE World Heavyweight Women's Championship. So I say congratulations, Naomi, and winning the WWE Women's World Heavyweight Championship, and you do deserve it. But I say this with all due respect, and I ask why, and I know why, but that's not the reason I'm asking why. Why would you do something so stupid? Like, that had to be the stupidest thing you ever did in your career. You dummy. You were like, I don't know. How can I say it? It was the worst but best cash in I ever seen. But Naomi, you were stupid as hell for what you did in that match and cash in like that. You were stupid and wrong and dumb as hell. And now you and you got Rhea Ripley pissed off at you, and that's not a good thing. You were talking trash and hauling all them heifers back there on Raw, and you just walk them back to Raw and say they better watch out. And then Io Sky come out, and you tell Io Sky you don't know what she said, but her, Io Sky and her, which was Rhea Ripley, to get in the back of the line and dancing off of it. And when Rhea Ripley came out, you were brushing your cautious things on your arm and stuff. Like you weren't intimidated, you weren't in fear. But I could see the fear in you. I could see you a little worried in your eyes. Because it was definitely Rhea Ripley. And you knew you pissed her off and cost her her match. And no, it don't go like that. Everybody get to the back of the line. When you champ, that means you getting people in the front of the line so they can challenge you. And you going to have to defend that title. And Dominique, I know you wasn't injured at all. You was just trying to avoid defending your title so you don't have to worry about losing your title. Just your vision of holding a championship is just holding on to it and having and gloating like showing it around and saying you're a champ, you're a champ. No, you have to defend that title and be a champ and retain it the right way. Now, Naomi, back to you. You were dumb as hell for what you were thinking. I don't know what were you thinking. I know you changed and all with this new attitude and everything, but why would you do something so stupid? You dumb. You dumb. Why? You knew Rhea Ripley was gonna basically come back at you. Heck, the way Rhea Ripley was, and as mad as she is, you lucky she didn't kill you. She could have basically took you out for what you did. And I'm happy he made it a triple threat match at SummerSlam. Because those two don't need to get in the back of the line. Those two need to be the first two front in the line. And they need to get their rematch together. And in a triple threat match, I agree. That's what I was thinking they should do anyway. And when he mentioned that, you took off the title with a smile like, yeah, nothing to worry. And you got the championship. And saying you outgrew Bianca Belair, nah. You didn't outgrow her. And yeah, Jada Cargill beat you that night, and she's not a champ. But don't forget, you already cashed in your Money in the Bank, and yes, you're a champ right now. But she also has a championship opportunity coming up at SummerSlam, so she might be a champ too. And who knows? After SummerSlam, you might not be a champion, and Jada Cargill will be a champion. And then who's gonna be laughing at who then? And the thing is, you should have never been that stupid, that dumb. That had to be the dumbest, most idiot, ridiculous cash-ins I ever seen. To have you go through after becoming champion, what you gotta go through. You'd be lucky if you be able to walk out of SummerSlam as still WWE Women's Heavyweight Champion. You'd be lucky to just be able to walk out at all after dealing with those two. And they are not going to go easy on you. You better be ready for anything that comes your way. I'm serious. The things you did, it's going to come back to haunt you. And I know Rhea Ripley's going to keep coming at you. And she's going to make your life a living hell for what you did. Even Io Sky, she going to do that too. They ain't playing with you. I'm serious. And Rhea Ripley is not the one to mess with. You mess with the wrong lady. Nobody mess with Mommy. Mommy is always on top, with or without the title. She's always on top and dominating. And that was really good when I saw Charlotte Flair pull Alexis out the way for that spear and said, "Don't worry, I got you." That shows a real bond. And Charlotte Flair is starting to learn the value of something that Bayley and Lyra Valkyria need to learn. That it's okay to do things on your own in the wrestling business, in this company, but you could do things on your own, but at some point you do need a friend. If you want to get successful anywhere in the WWE, you do need friends. You need somebody to count on, and you need to have. It's okay to have enemies and not get along with anybody, but you're gonna need some friends and to have your back and to do something for you and to get you some championships and title shots and to get your success you want and really need real bad. And how you think a lot of the only people, well, I take that back. There's only one person who didn't need no help, no friends, did it all by himself, and didn't need no help and get some respect, and did it all by himself, except for his last title win and title defenses. Well, other than his last title defenses, he did it by himself too. But itself, some things happened when people got involved, but he didn't ask for that. He didn't ask for their help. And other than that, he did it all by himself. And he only did this once. And you know, deep down, if you really know John Cena and a true fan of John Cena, you know he did not want to do this. But y'all asked him to, so he's giving you what you want. Well, I'm kind of mad about that at y'all. I'm not mad at John Cena at all. But he's the only one who could ever do it all by himself with no friends, didn't need no help, and didn't ask for no one's help, and do it all by himself and become a champion like that the way he did. He's the only one in the business I've seen and that could ever do it. Probably the only one who could do it. There will never be another John Cena. The best. Maybe not the best, most dangerous, but still, he's best, the best. Best than the worst dangerous. Because more talent, more skill, more wrestling, more education learned. When I say education, I mean with the skills of wrestling. That's what I mean. Learn how to do promos, do wrestling, wrestle better, learn how to win matches, and when you rusty, work hard to get back to where you want. And John Cena, ever since he came back into the ring and won the WWE Championship again 17 times, he's been improving his wrestling skills. He's been getting back on top, and he's starting to really do good. And it's getting harder and harder and difficult to beat. But if he gets back to where he was, and then even better, oh, y'all gonna have some serious trouble. But most likely, when Seth Rollins does come back, he's most likely going to cash in on John Cena or for the WWE Championship. I doubt he challenges and cashes in for the World Heavyweight Championship. I seriously doubt that, especially if Gunther's the champion. But congratulations, CM Punk. Now you get to fight Gunther for the World Heavyweight title at SummerSlam. Congratulations. I applaud you. And you deserve it. But Braun Breaker took out most of your competition for you. Not to say you couldn't do it yourself, but let's face it, he took out most of your competition for you. And like I said, Seth Rollins, you already made way too many enemies, so you need to watch out and be careful what you do. And Paul Heyman, I don't feel sorry for you one bit. I think you're getting exactly what you deserve. And I hope they get their hands on you and destroy you and tear you apart. You can never walk or compete. Well, you never competed. Really, you were a sucker. What you still are. Like, I hope they make it where you cannot walk or do anything again. And they get their hands on you. But luckily, you always hiding behind somebody to defend you. And when you tell the wrestlers not to push you or do anything to you, you make me laugh all the time. These wrestlers will fuck you up and kill you. You have no chance against them. Hey, even I'll take you out myself. You were a joke, a big joke. I don't know what you think you are. I will take you out myself. Seriously. But anyway. What I'm saying is you always hiding behind somebody and you don't have the guts or what it takes to like defend for yourself, and especially against these wrestlers. So I don't know why you bother talking this trash all the time, and you change your mind to this, who's at the best, the greatest, and you keep switching up, changing and employing. You just filling them wrestlers' minds full of stuff like you really care for them. You don't. You don't care about yourself and the money. And you say this is where no one better than this. You said that about Brock Lesnar. You said that about Kurt Angle. You said that about RVD. You said that about CM Punk. You said that about The Big Show. You said that about Roman Reigns. You said that about Seth Rollins now. You saying that about Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, saying they the future of this business. Saying all these people. There's so many people that go by that you've been hiding from and behind. So many. I could go on and on, but you're a joke. You're just a big joke. And I'm tired of hearing your mouth. Every time you come on, you keep saying, ladies and gentlemen, we already know who you are, Paul. We know who you are, Paul Heyman. And we don't care or what you got to say. Basically, we would love to do what we do to Dominic and tune you out where you can't say nothing, we can't hear you. Like, la, 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 blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear you. That's what y'all fans need to do in the audience. Especially if you don't want to hear him, just tune him out where he can't get a word in like you did Dominic. Instead of sharing Seth Rollins music, you should go boo, boo, like I said when he comes out every time. The teacher Millette saying he keeps saying y'all still singing this song, but y'all doing all this hatred to him. And Rollins is a big ass, and so CM Punk was right. He's a punk. Seth Rollins is a punk, and his wife Becky Lynch turned Bayley and Lyra against each other so she could have a better chance, and that's how she retained her title against Bayley with that disqualification. And that's how she retained her title, by having those two so against each other in the triple threat match. She just played on their instincts together and won the match. See, Lyra, Bayley, y'all need to get this straight. Y'all need to get your heads together. If y'all gonna ever stand a chance of even winning that title, especially you, Bayley, you really have no chance of winning any title at all anymore. And when you did win the titles, you didn't hold on to it for very long. So it's like pointless. But I don't think you could win a championship and hold on to it for a long, good amount of time. It'll be a long time. You couldn't do that. Especially with the big championship. Or Intercontinental champion. Not even. Not even with a tag team champion. But I love you anyway. I will support you. But Lyra has a better chance of being Becky than you do. But beyond that, y'all two need to fix that crap that's going on between y'all, because Becky's the one who started that crap. And so she could get an advantage and stay champion. That's how she retained her title. That's how she's going to keep retaining her title. Until y'all fix yourselves and make up your friendship, that's what you need to do before you even focus on getting another championship. Y'all need to make sure y'all fix this thing between y'all and work together, and then have each other's back if y'all need to. Because Lyra, Bayley is not the one who's the enemy and selfish here. And like Becky Lynch. Bayley is your friend. Bayley, Lyra is your friend. Get that through your heads. Y'all need to stop this bull stuff and beef with each other, and just realize what you two have been played by Becky Lynch, one of the best in the game today. And as long as she's under your heads and got y'all going at each other's throats, and she could do that with all her opponents, she'll stay champion. Unless y'all get your heads together. Now, also, it was something else. Oh yeah, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, because y'all two are so much assholes, and y'all got a daughter, right? So I'm wondering, is your daughter gonna grow up and be just like y'all, another asshole, just like you guys, but raise her to also be a bitch? Yeah, I said a bitch. Your daughter, Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, talking about the way y'all act, y'all some asshole fools. And right now, Becky Lynch, you are a bitch. And I don't know if y'all raising y'all daughter up to be like that, but you need to stop it. And it's straight up true. And I've been wanting to say that for a while, but I'll hold back. But I'm sorry I even had to say it, but I had to get that out. But I apologize to y'all. I apologize. But dang, what you making people think, and way y'all, a lot of people raise their kids out here, it ain't right. Or they just do what they think is right, and that's how these kids get messed up. I want that kid to have a good life and be good-minded. And, you know, not grow up to be like you two. I want her to be better. Because you two are the worst example of parents ever. Well, at least as far as I can. No, you two are the worst two parents of setting examples ever. Not the worst, but you are worse. And another thing, it was about, oh yeah, after the tournament of the garlic match, and Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed trying to attack CM Punk, and then Uso came in and helped out and started taking them down, and then y'all set them up and sneak attack and spear them, and then you hold CM Punk to get speared, and then all of a sudden as y'all were about to Bronson Reed was about to do the tsunami on them, on both of them set up, all of a sudden, like I said, he was coming back. The OTC, and he came back and took both y'all out. And with both y'all, this is no problem, all by himself. And you know he gonna get his payback on you, Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins. Anybody stepping his way, he taking y'all with him. Even with the family, his family. And I'm pretty sure Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso got his back, even with the Solo Sikoa problem. Now that's done. I believe that's done and over with. But Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins, y'all just begin. Y'all have made too many enemies, and that's your problem. Why you're gonna have a hard time succeeding, because you made too many enemies. You got too many people after you, and anybody they keep standing up for you, they gonna ruin their careers. They might get a little bit of success, but then it goes away real quick. They ain't gonna get as much success as they think they were, and it's all because of you. Now, they might get up there, win the World Heavyweight title, win the WWE Championship a few times, but other than that, they don't get no farther than that because you set them up and ruined their careers when they thought they were getting big careers, and they still fighting for you. Now, I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm not saying it won't happen, because it still could. But you gonna get them hurt, and yourself hurt too. I'm not worried about you getting hurt. I'm not worried about Braun Breaker or Bronson Reed getting hurt. And I'm damn sure ain't worried about Paul Heyman getting hurt. I hope they put his ass down in the ground for what he did. I don't mean kill him. But hey, if y'all do that, that's on y'all. But don't kill him. Please don't kill him. And that's me having mercy on you. So if they don't kill you, thank me. Say, but that's up to them. But I just hope they really hurt you and like make you pay for everything you've been doing for all these years and what you did to them. How you betrayed them and betrayed every single superstar you did in your lifetime. And going to somebody else and say all this great stuff about them, then move on and say this about them. Like, you didn't really mean a word you say. You just talking out your mouth. And Paul Heyman, I'm sick and tired of hearing you talk. So shut the fuck up. And that's it. Nobody want to hear you. Nobody cares about your name or who you are anymore. Nobody really care about you at all. I don't. I know these fans don't, if they really fans. And I'm tired of hearing your mouth. And right now I'm done. So I love y'all. And I want to thank all. I know I lost a lot of my guy viewers. Like, I got 0% of my guy viewers now. I lost all of them. But I want to send a special thank you out to all the women viewers that watches me and supports my videos. And I got 100% of women viewers. So I thank all y'all. And I wish the best of all y'all. I'd like to thank y'all. And if there's any way I could thank y'all eventually in the future, if I'm able to do something special with this, you just let me know in the comments what you think. And I'll be happy to try if I ever do be something and make it out here for you guys. And for everybody that supports me. I love all y'all. And I would like to say, I love you. Goodbye. Peace.